Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you three selections for today's racing at York. Before we get into that, quickly just want to apologise for not making this video last night. Unfortunately, I was just busy with work. I'm going to be busy over the next couple of days. I'm going to be going up to York for the third day of the Dante meeting when it's Yorkshire Cup Day. So yeah, I'm not sure how the recordings are going to go, but make sure you follow me on the socials on Twitter and Insta, where I'll keep you updated. Away from there, quickly just want to recap on our selection yesterday. That was Tar Heel at Beverley. He didn't run a bad race. He ran on quite well in the last furlong to finish fifth. He was just a little bit outpaced from the get-go and was always up against it, but he did run on. If he gets dropped a couple of pounds and he steps up to 6 furlongs next time out, he's definitely a horse that I would be interested in. So not one to disregard just yet, and is one to maybe put in your tracker for next time. So that's how he did there. But yeah, away from that, I've got three selections for today's racing where we're going to be focusing our attentions to York. We go to the 150 for the first tip, where we go with a horse here called Fortza Orta for Rowan Scott and Kevin Ryan, currently available at 5-1. And I'm going to recommend a 1-point win bet. Here's my next best of the day. Now, this horse progressed quite well as a 3-year-old last season. He had some nice form to his name, and he started this season really well. He finished third in a race at Thirsk, that's worked out quite well. The second Contact has won. The Kevin Philippard, the Foy horse, finished in fourth place. Juan Dima Molitaban. We actually put that horse up to win at Ascot the weekend. So there's a good form line there, and there's a couple of other horses like State of Bliss that have done good things. He then went on to win at Hamilton in his next start. He does have to carry a £5 penalty for that victory, but he's still a very progressive horse. He's pretty versatile on all kinds of ground. There could be a couple of showers today, but it is possibly going to stay away the rain from York. So that wouldn't put me off if it did rain. But yeah, I think he's pretty versatile ground-wise. He is drawn in stall one, which isn't necessarily the best of stalls, but it's not a particularly big field this year. And I just thought the favourite was a little bit too short. He could clearly have a lot in hand. Gassi, a bit like Ilarab, who won this race last year. But for me, at 5-1, I think that's a fair price still. And this horse is going in the right direction. He's got a nice low weight. I think he's definitely going to be there or thereabouts, and I'm quite keen to follow that first race. We then go to my long shot of the day, which runs in the next race at York, the 225, a horse called Devilwala for Durham Fentiman and Tim Easterby, currently available at 33-1 SkyBet, who offer in 7 places. Obviously, plenty you can make a case for, but this horse, Devilwala, is quite an interesting one. Now, he was quite a classy juvenile, and this is kind of the angle you've got to go back to him with. If you go back to his juvenile form, he has some really good pieces of form next to his name. He finished second here in the Gimcrack behind Minzao, who still we might not have got to the bottom of. He runs today in the Duke of York Stakes. And also as well, he ran a great race when he finished fourth in the Dewhurst when he was behind Sir Mark's Basilica, and that was in Group 1 company. So he clearly showed a lot as a juvenile. Things went wrong for him last season. He was tried at all kinds of trips. He was tried up to a mile at 10 furlongs, and he just didn't see it out. He actually has now since changed hands, and he's now gone to Tim Easterby's yard. And his run last time for Tim Easterby was actually quite encouraging when he finished fourth at Ripon. He only faded late on. That was over a mile. He's dropping back to the sprint trip here. All his family are sprinters, so I don't know why they have gone over those further trips. He's now down to a mark of 83. He got well dropped for joining Tim Easterby's yard. And you've got to think, if he retains any of his ability, he might be able to be reformed as a sprinter. Tim Easterby can do well with these kind of horses. You get him 33-1 about him each way. There's 7 places on offer. If he can find any of his classy juvenile form, he's got form here on the track over the C&D. I think he could definitely outrun his odds. And Tim Easterby's horses as well have been proven for a run this season. So yeah, he's going to be my long shot of the day in the 225 at York. We then go to my nap, which runs in the 445 with a horse called Kihavah for Ryan Sexton, claiming 7. He's riding for Adrian Keatley here, currently available at 4-1 with most firms. I'm going to recommend a 1-point win bet here. Now, this horse Kihavah is actually an interesting horse. To be fair, he's actually mixed it over jumps and on the flat. He's had a few decent goes over hurdles, but I think he's got some untapped potential coming back to the flat. And he ran a good race last time where he finished 6th at Chester last week in a race that's worked out okay. Heart of Soul from that race went on to win at Hamilton at the weekend, so the form doesn't look too bad. But I just think the way the track played there at Chester for him wasn't to his strengths. And I just think this track at York will be more up his street. You know, he was coming with a late run. He was always up against it. Coming off the pace at Chester can be hard. Ryan Sexton is interesting as well, claiming the 7. He keeps a ride. I think this horse has got a good chance. He's drawn out in stall 14, which actually isn't the worst place to be in the world. A lot of high draws have won in the past, and it means tactically he can decide when he wants to come over. It's not like a sprint trip or something where they're going around a sharp bend, so it's not necessarily the be all and end all. And sometimes if you're on the inside and they will come over, you can meet traffic and run them. So being out wide sometimes can give you a few more options where you want to settle in. I think he's got a good chance. I think he could be an interesting one to follow on the flat this season. And yeah, he's going to be my knack of the day in the 4:45 at York. So they're my thoughts then for today's racing. Let me know in the comments below what you're going to be backing today. If you're enjoying the videos, please remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe here to the YouTube channel at LuckyLoaded15. Follow me on social as well at Twitter and Insta, where my handle is at LuckyLoaded15. Please gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you again.